Today's guest carries a story of transformation, resilience, and redemption. Facing 16 years to life, Alex Montoya spent most of his formative years behind bars. Years that could have defined his future, but instead became the foundation for his breakthrough. Now, a fully grown man, he stands as a devoted husband, a present father, and a pillar in his community. His life is a testament that your past does not have to dictate your purpose. Welcome to Phoenix Rising, where we rise up. What's going on? Y'all already know who it is. It's your girl, Miss Britt. Welcome to New Face TV. This is Phoenix Rising, and today I have a special guest in the building that has a powerful story of transformation that I know you are going to enjoy. So, let's get into it. Mr. Alex Montoya, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
How you been?
I'm good. How you been?
Oh man, I've been good.
Blessed.
I
know, that's right. I've been seeing you do your thing.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I see you doing your thing.
As I've been seeing you, so that's why we here. God brought us together for a reason.
Yeah, most definitely.
So the theme of Phoenix Rising is stories of rising from your ashes.
Okay.
So the theme for your story is from incarceration to redemption.
Okay.
So let us know. Tell us a little bit about you. Introduce yourself. Tell us about young Alex.
My name is Alexander Montoya, and I am based out of Denver, Colorado, Montbello to be exact, the area I grew up in. And yes, ma'am. We've been out there for quite a few generations, and it's pretty much, all I grew up knowing. Mm-hmm. And I grew up in a good home. Not going to say that I grew up in, a messed up, household, but we did have our flaws, I was around the basic influences in households that are frowned upon, which is, mental health issues, substance abuse, or alcohol and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So experiencing that at a young age and, not knowing how to really have a mother as old as she was, because she was actually 17 when she had me.
Okay.
So, it was more like a sister-brother type of thing, not knowing, but I was actually raised with my grandparents, who actually moved into Montbello in 1969.
Wow.
And we all grew up there, and basically I ended up meeting, a group of individuals who I call my brothers and my sisters.
Was this in middle school, elementary, high school?
This was starting at 4 years old. So this was elementary school. Okay. And I was actually on the John M. S. side, because in Montbello you got John M. S. or you got Barney Ford. So I grew up on the orange side on the 5-5, 55th and Troy. So individuals that I grew up at a young age, we started off at 3-4 years old, ECE. Yeah. And then from there got to middle school. But prior to that, I was about 4 or 5 years old when I met this group of individuals off of Randolph. And
shout out to my Randolph people.
Y'all know what it is. Shout out. But they became family to me, and dealing with the issues I had at home, it kind of allowed me to vent and be open and be able to explore life and kind of build an identity for myself.
Absolutely.
And as time went on, I kind of started making the wrong decisions in life, and it kind of cost me my freedom. And with that being said, it kind of ultimately led up to a potential life plus 90-year sentence I was charged with in 2008 or 2008.
And how old were you then?
I was 21, just turned 21. I was incarcerated for a charge that took place back in 2003 when I was 16.
16, okay.
So as I was growing up with these individuals and kind of branching out and meeting new people, I got into some legal issues that ended up catching back up to me 5 years later.
Okay, I was going to say, what happened that you weren't charged when you were 16?
Well, we were actually, a group of us was actually questioned.
Okay.
Kind of like the first 48, a cold case was brought up and nobody said anything. Fast forward time, an individual, that, we assume is our friends, ended up turning state's evidence to get himself out of an issue he ended up catching along the lines of some other things. And that's what shed light to this situation. So with that being said, that's what
that's kind of busted the case wide open.
Yep, exactly. So that's where my legal issues really took off, for my turning point as of becoming who I am today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was incarceration after they found you. You went in for booking at 21 years of age. How did you feel? What were you thinking? What was the mentality? What was the emotions going on during that time?
It was a little bit of everything. It was heartache. It was betrayal. It was friendships deteriorated.
Chaos.
I mean, only people that's been locked up facing a significant amount of time understand the saying that when you go to jail, everything in the closet comes out on top of what you're facing. And it's just some pressure that only you, an individual going through the judicial system, is actually going to know what I'm feeling.
Understand and feel that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when they got locked up, you were in the court. And how many years were you looking at?
So I was looking at, on a particular case, I was looking at life, which carries natural life to where you're not eligible for parole, you're not eligible for the halfway house or anything like that. So that was one charge. And I had a slew of investigations going on, but I was actually charged with 3 other charges, which rounded up to 90 years. So it was life plus 90 is what I was facing at 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know that had to been devastating for your mom, for your grandparents, for your beautiful wife, because were you dating Tamara at this time?
Yeah, we actually been together. This year will be 23 years, actually.
23 years?
Yeah, 23.
Wow, okay, period. That's what I'm talking about, a love that lasts through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit about incarceration. How was that process like? What was your mindset going into there? Did it harden you? Did it wake you up? Did it kind of, how was that?
In the beginning, it hardened me. It made me numb. It made me numb to my feelings. It made me numb to my emotions. It made me numb to everything. Like, the worst of the worst could happen to an individual within the family, within the streets, within the environment that I just left, the community, that it'd take a lot to shake your core. You know what I mean? Feeling the way we feel in there. So that was one set. It was just, just careless, just soulless, basically, I should say.
Were you going in there like fighting every day, like having to defend your reputation? Like, what was that like? Like, were people trying to like test you and bully you and test your patience? And
a little bit of all that.
A little bit of all that.
It's a concrete jungle. It doesn't matter if you're from the east, the north, the south, the west of the United States. It's what it is. And you get tested in all ways. And I never had no issue. I mean, I had issues, but it wasn't like some like ride to the end type issue that I've actually ran across. But for the most part, I did all right. All right.
And how did you do all right? Because if anybody going in there 21 years of age with all these other hardened criminals, like, how did you stay grounded? Like, was there people that you knew that were already in there that you kind of clicked up with, or were you solo dolo? Like, how did that happen?
First and foremost, God, Jesus. I can't say nothing more, nothing less. 'Cause
I love that.
I literally remember a couple of times, but particularly one time, getting on my hands and knees and praying to God or Jesus and telling them, hey, out of all people, out of all beings of this earth, you specifically know how it feels to be betrayed by your own. And you knew that was going to happen. You know what I mean?
So you had some Judases in your camp.
For sure.
My God.
Yeah, that's exactly what
happened.
That's exactly. No sugarcoat, nothing. It's what it was. And crazy thing about it is, when my mother, rest in peace, seen this certain individual that ended up turning on me, never saying a word to him, never waving to him, never nothing. The only thing it was locking eyes with this individual from about 50 yards. Didn't know nothing about this individual. I ran out there, hollered at him real quick.
Yeah.
Ran back in the house. My mom was like, who was that? And I was like, oh, that's such and such's big brother. She was like, oh, yeah, there's something about him I don't like. Don't trust him. That was the first thing she said. But I'm like young. I'm like, oh, that's the homie.
Like, yeah, that's
he
my
just got out the
boy.
pen.
Yeah.
He's swole. He's tatted. I'm like, that's...
Wow, that discernment of your mother to know just within that instant.
Like,
you can't trust them.
And what did I do? defended him to the dying death.
Of course.
Jesus, you know what it feels like to be betrayed.
Man.
I ain't got nobody to turn but to you.
But to you.
Listen, help me now. I need your help. That's what it was.
Listen, seriously. But that's so true. But at the end of the day, we grew up, Alex, so I know you always kind of had a knowledge of God. So I won't say you found that jailhouse religion.
Yeah.
Tell me about your relationship and how that shaped while you were incarcerated with God. Tell me a little bit about that.
So prior, so like I said, we're natives to Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. And
my grandmother, to this day, she would tell you the story on how she found Christianity back in 1950. And she told me that her grandmother would literally sew her a dress every week and would walk a mile or 2 miles through the east side to go and pick my grandma up in a dress and walk her to church and bring her back home.
Wow.
Out of a household full of boys. So she took Christianity, ran with it.
Yeah.
Brought my mom and her brothers up in it, and some believe, some don't, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And it just always stuck with me because I went to church since I was a young one.
Yeah.
And I still go to church. I need to do better, but I do what I'm supposed to.
Okay.
So I just always knew the foundation, and I just always knew God was always there. Like, no matter how hard things are or how hard things can get, like, He's there for you.
Yeah.
So the basis was already built. And like I said, I was praying, and I was like, look, God, like, I hate to be that individual that I'm going through what I'm going through.
And I'm now calling on you, but
listen,
hey.
Ain't no money on the phone, ain't no money on my books. God, look, I need your help.
But you know what? Sometimes it takes that moment for us to slow down and realize that we do need God.
Yeah.
Was that point for you where?
Oh, yeah. Because it was that event. It was an event of friendships, relationships. It was just everything unfolded, everything. And to backtrack onto something different, but on track, because now you're opening me up like a book.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my whole life knowing this Christianity, I always knew not to mess with like black magic, cards and this and that and all this and that. So I had a family friend, big family, Hispanic family in Montbello, and they always just tell me, oh, mijo, let me read your cards and this and that when I was young, and I was like, nah, I can't go that route.
Yeah.
And they would just be on me every time, every blue moon.
Yeah.
So one day I tell her, I'm like, look, I don't want you to reveal a card to basically tell me death. And that happens. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm just not playing with it.
Yeah,
so
period.
Then she tells me, well, I can do it with just a regular deck of cards, so you're not going to see nothing death and this and that.
Yeah.
So at the time, I get my hair braided by her daughter. They cook me some Mexican food, and they talk me into it. Yeah. They talk me into it. So she brings out a deck of cards or a regular deck. She shuffles through them. I cut them. She counts out so many, whatever. First card she throws out is I forget what it was, but it was like a symbol. Like, let's say it was a queen of hearts or something, or a queen of something, because it wasn't hearts then. But it symbolized money. She was like, you're going to get an abundance of money, and basically you're going to be good. Like, I just want you to know, look out, because I'm telling you now, something's going to happen for you. I'm like, cool, I got you, whatever.
Yeah.
The next card she throws out, like literally right behind it, she throws out a queen of hearts. And this queen of hearts, she says, symbolizes you have other love interests in your life other than what you got going on at home. And I'm like, dang, like, it's like, it hits boom.
Were they in them DMs?
Man.
They was on that hotline?
Listen, this was before the DMs. This was before all, you know what I mean?
This Black Planet.
After Black Planet, but, around that time. But, so then the next card she throws is a black spade. And she backs up off of it and says, this is an individual that's close to you that's going to try to harm you. He's going to do something to you, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. Long story short, fast forward time, everything
unfolded.
Boom, my partner turned on me.
Yeah.
Different women popping up.
Yeah.
To friends and this and that and the money.
Wow. And the money.
So as far as the money happens, my people ended up, coming together a certain amount. My grandparents, my mom, they kind of turned their pockets inside out. Like, look, if you got to fight, chance.
We need to help get you out. Yeah.
So they did what they did. They spent a fortune on my attorney, and by the grace of God, I was able to take a 16-year deal without having to point any fingers or this is what happened, or I took what I took and ate it and ran with it.
Absolutely. Now, that's a good point that you made with people like with the tarot cards and the reading and stuff like that. Me, I'm a firm believer, and this is not condoning tarot reading and occult and all that other stuff, but I'm a firm believer that warning comes before destruction. Like your mother told you about this individual, and then you had your neighbors kind of lay out the plan, what was getting ready to happen. At those points and at those moments, what happened that it wasn't triggering or wasn't a wake-up call for you to like choose a different path?
Life was too good. I had everything going for myself. I had money, I had cars, I had friendships, I had relationships, I had everything going. So
why give that up?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, life is too good right now. I'm where I'm at because of me.
Yeah. So, that's good because you just said I'm at where I'm at because of me.
Yeah, not giving no credit to God.
I got myself this far. I did all this on my own.
Yeah, not looking into a deeper aspect of life or any type of spirituality or any type of Christianity.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've known this since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
But it's in my face. It's in my face. My grandparents go to church to this day every day.
Yeah.
And they're 84 years old, 85 about to be.
Wow.
So for the beginning of time, stop hanging out with these people. Stop doing this, stop doing that. But I'm just, that's all it is what it was. So all that is unfolded and went through what I went through and became who I am.
Okay. So let's go back to the moments of incarceration where you believe that's where God met you. Now, in those moments, I remember on our Zoom call, you said you started journaling heavy. You started writing down the plans for your life because if we're honest, a lot of people that come out of incarceration, staying in there as long as you did, don't know anything but that mentality and that mindset of prison. Yeah. So how did you create a plan while you were there not to go back or not to come out to society and be like a fish out of water, so to speak?
That's a good question. Prior to the journaling and all that, I would have to say just watching my family struggle without me. Like literally having to raise my children through a phone. Literally having to...
How many children did you have at that time?
Two.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So at the time when I got locked up, my youngest was a couple months shy of being 2, and my oldest was about 4 or 5 months from being 4.
Okay.
So they were young.
Wow. And it's those 2 in the picture, right? Those are your boys.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my junior. That's Alexander Montoya the second, and my other one is Leander Montoya.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were babies when you had got locked up, and they would come visit you, and you would talk to them through a phone. How was those visits?
It was the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
Because you're in a negative place. You're in a place of darkness. You're in a place of just destruction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was just seeing and knowing what it took for them to actually get up there and see me just made me realize, like, dang, this is what's important. But the whole time, grandparents telling me, there's nothing in this world for you to hang on to. There's nothing in this world. I'm like, what? Grandma, what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Look at all this stuff I got. Grandma, there's a lot.
It's like what you mean?
Yeah.
I'm doing the dang thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So God had to just bring you to your reality of this is what happened, or this was the consequences of your actions. But on the other side of that, I have given you so much, which was your family.
Yeah.
Tamara, your 2 boys to look forward to.
Yeah.
So you would kind of say that they kind of kept your hope alive and kept you motivated and kind of kept that positivity in you, correct?
Yeah, most definitely, because man, it's just, I've always been that individual that if you're in my circle or if you're in any type of my network, like, you will be taken care of somehow, some way. You know what I mean? And it just seeing, firsthand that they're the ones that are really struggling. They're the ones that are breaking their back and taking out, money loans when needed to put money on the phone. It's just like the most worst of the worst. And it's like, man, I have to get out and be successful. I have to get out and do what it's going to take to let them know who I really am. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And my kids, for them to come and see me and tell me, like, Daddy, I don't know who you are outside of them green clothes. I'm like, man, what you mean? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I am who I am.
Yeah.
And he's like, but my son Leander actually, he actually wrote that one of my prison letters and was like, hey, please let my daddy go. My mom's struggling, and he's probably like 8 at the time, 9, maybe 10. And he was like, I don't know my dad outside of green clothes, and that touched my heart. And I'm like, dang.
Wow.
And really thinking about it, like
it's like looking
real.
at the picture, like,
It's
well,
real.
I literally was in nothing but a green jumpsuit, kind of every time they came to see me.
Yeah, from the time they were 2 and 4 till they were like 13 and 15 when I got out.
Oh.
So just that struggle was.
Was
everything.
it hard to relate to them or build that bond after you got out, or because you had seen them frequently over the years, it was kind of easy to transition?
Oh yeah, it was smooth. It was like just because my wife did a great job like keeping them at the visits. She kept them on that phone. She kept the letters going.
Yeah.
She handled business. Like she did what she was supposed to do.
I love that.
And when I came home, like just the transition was just so cold that you wouldn't know I was locked up for as long as I was unless I told you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
It's all a mental thing. It's all mental. And God, of course, too.
Absolutely.
Him first, but yeah, it was easy.
And that's what prompted me to invite you to come and speak to those out there who are or have been dealing with incarceration. Because to me, when you got out, Alex, like, I was like, oh my God, I am so proud of him. I am so proud, like, and I thank God that you had Tamara in your life, because, behind every man there's a good woman, okay?
Yeah.
But
everything else, it's a lie. It's a lie.
But yeah, so I was like, I just been watching you on Facebook, and we'll talk about this here in a minute about Hope's Haven. But I'm trying to have them paint a picture, or you have to paint a picture for them, what it looked like from when you were 21 to incarceration, then coming back and being reintroduced to society, and that's where we're at right now. So talk about a little bit of the habits or the discipline or the mentality that you had to take on to get ready to transition back into society, into the world.
Well, being in prison, they always tell you that they want you to lose that penitentiary mentality. That's like rule number 1 is what they tell you. You have to leave that behind or you're going to be right back.
Yeah.
So seeing individuals come and go, and I'm telling you, I see somebody 2 years into my sentence to 5 years, and then at 10-year mark, I was like, man, I seen you 3 times.
3 different times, come in and out, in and out.
And it's like 3 to 9 years.
Now,
7 years.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Tell me how long you were incarcerated.
11 years, 8 months.
11 years, 8 months.
On a 16-year sentence.
On a 16-year sentence.
Yeah.
So going back to what you just said, you seen like one individual come back 3 and 4 times out of that 11 years.
Yeah, it was just like, something's got to give, right?
Seriously,
something's got to give. So with that being said, is I had to break myself in there prior to me getting out. And what I mean by that is I made it to a minimum facility in the Canyon compound, which is called Skyline. And at the time, I'm not sure if they have it still. I'm sure they do, but they have a GOAT program there. And being there, you'd have to be up at like 3 in the morning, and you're out the door at 4.
Wow.
And you're in a jumpsuit, blizzard, cold, whatever, hot,
Yeah.
milking goats by hand, doing the little suction cups and getting poop shot at you and pee, like the worst of the worst. Like, why would you do that?
Why?
Right? Why would you do that? So I told myself, well, in order for me to live different when I get out, I got to be different in here. So
that's powerful. Say that again.
In order for me to live different outside of the penitentiary, I had to be different inside the penitentiary. So I went to my manager and said, hey, I want the GOAT program. And they're like, what? They looked at me crazy, like the eyebrows dropped too, like, what? I was like, yeah, I want the GOAT program because, I just want to get the experience. I didn't want to get into the whole spiel or whatever, but I knew within myself that, look, if I can get up at 3 in the morning and go and mess with these dirty goats for 6-7 months for, I don't know, what, $20 a month or something like that, then by me getting out and getting a job at $10, $12, $15 an hour, you know how good I'll live in prison? So moral of the story is, when they told me to shake the penitentiary mentality, I decided to keep it and turn it into a positive, and that's where I'm at today, because that's how I move.
Ooh, I love that. And I was just thinking when you said that, turning that pain into purpose.
Yeah.
Because you were, like you said, you were training yourself. You got to get up. You got to get up and go to work. You got to get up and do this. You got to get up and do that, because a lot of people, they are okay. Not that I've been in prison, but just from the crime shows that I've been watching, a lot of them are okay with going to the yard and getting their 3 meals a day or having their leisure time watching TV. They're really not thinking, what am I going to do when I get out of here that's going to change the trajectory of my life? Yeah. So that's why I'm so proud. And it's evident, Alex, like, if you are able to catch this man on Facebook, and we'll tell him how to find you, you will see the change in him. You will see his testimony is powerful. His rising out of his ashes have been remarkable. I can truly say that, and I am really so proud of you. Now, I want to go back to a little bit where we were talking about your mother. Your mother passed away when?
Last June, on the 24th. June.
May she rest in peace. How was that time of your life, considering, you know, everything that you had going on and was juggling?
Boy, it was deep. It was just, it really played a part on my spiritual. And I say that to say that ever since I was younger, like I said, I've known Christianity, so I knew about heaven, I knew about hell, I know about heaven, I know about hell, and I understand right from wrong and all that, and we all have to, you know, see judgment.
Absolutely.
So being trained as a young individual and going to church, I think throughout the years it prepared me for that moment, because being so young and being raised by my grandparents outside of my mother, and seeing how close that bond was, that was my mom's everything. So like, I just knew how important they were, you know what I mean? And
absolutely.
I'm just thankful that I was able to be up under this household of this Christianity, to understand the importance of family and value and morals and principles. And it's not what you accumulate in life. It's not your money. It's not your investments.
Come on, talk to him.
It's your family. It's your legacy. And just seeing what I seen and knowing what I know, man, that's what I want. I want to make it to heaven. Like, I have a lot, and people have a lot, but just walking my mom out on that spiritual level and knowing, like, she's in a better place, it just made me, like, it just humbled me to, like, look at life differently and like, cherish, like, what really matters, you know what I mean? And being humble before God, and, like, kind of getting on my knees. You know, I just did that last night. Got on my knees and thanked him. Like, God, I remember being on my knees in a penitentiary cell, telling you, I'm living on noodles and rice and fish. Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do when I get out, and I'm telling you, like, I just need your help. And I have what I have because of you. Like, I know what it is, and I just want to acknowledge that. And I just feel like by doing that and just trying to be as good of a person as you can, helping the next individual or individuals, like, your doors will just keep opening.
Absolutely. Now, was it sudden, or did you guys kind of know your mom was transitioning?
It was sudden, actually. Like, so I'm sorry I got off a track.
No, you're okay.
So when my mom passed, like, I literally like feel like it was crazy the way it worked. So at this time, like, my wife and I have been doing a lot of work to our home. Yeah. And I felt like this day, like, I just reached the top. I even thank God. I was like, God, I made it. Like, I'm here, like, I'm blessed, I'm thankful, I'm humble, and I'm here, and I did that. And that same night, when we went out to celebrate, when we came back home, I got a phone call from the doctor. And the doctor was like, hey, your mom has some complications because she went in that day for hernia surgery. Okay. And they were like, look, she kind of came out of it. She threw up, the throat went back in her lungs, and basically it's messing her up, so you need to authorize a tube. And so I did that. They were supposed to call me back in 20 minutes. That didn't happen. Yeah. I went to sleep the next day. My wife literally asked me, hey, did they call you back? I was like, no. Yeah. 5 minutes later, we get the phone call. It was all bad. She was coming up out of her sedation, and she was trying to pull tubes out of herself, and basically her surgery went wrong. She started getting blood clots, and she passed. So it was sudden to say, and it was just like, I reached this peak of my success. Like I felt like, man, God, I made it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I lost my mom. Like I was losing my mom, and I knew that, and I thought that while I was sitting there watching her struggle for almost a week, and I thought about that, and I was like, man, like what would I rather have? Of course my mom. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
But it's just crazy how it worked out because I pay attention to stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so to answer your question, it happened suddenly.
Yeah. Wow. And it was. I'm sitting here thinking what you said, like I'm at the peak of my life, but now I have to bury my mother.
Man, it's been hard. Like it's like a lot of people, they lose their mom, and people say like, oh, you don't understand it. Like it's a pain a person won't understand until you feel it. You know what I mean? But it all depends on how you react to it. So if you prepare for it mentally prior, then it'll help you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it's going to be cure, but you'll be able to have a foundation, which is God. So stand on that.
Yeah, He'll carry you through.
Oh, yeah.
He will carry you through
it. But, yeah, so it was...
Now, did she get to see the building or the
she didn't get to see
foundation of... She didn't get to see it?
She's been there, done that, like, prior to, like, everything that I was doing to it. But like it would have just been baffling if she would have seen it, you know what I mean?
Come to fruition.
It's been like a bittersweet, you know, and it's just like, dang, like of course I'd rather not have that than have her.
Yeah,
of course.
Absolutely.
But it's just crazy how it worked out.
So again, rest in peace to your mother. Thank you for sharing that part of your story with us. I appreciate you opening up about that.
Yeah, thank you.
Because a lot of people don't know how that feels to lose a mother.
Yeah.
And when you're at the height of your life, it's like, man, if I could give it all back, God, and just have my mother back, I would.
Yeah.
But I do believe that God does all things, and He does all things well, which brings us to Hope's Haven. How did that start? Was your incarceration kind of like the catalyst for your transformation to start Hope Haven?
Yeah, it kind of was like a chain of events that actually took place in prison prior to me getting out. Let's say within a year to me getting out, I became a mentor at the Diagnostic Center off of Smith Road in Havana. So what that is a place to where if for any reason you have to go to prison, you have to stop here to actually get your Colorado license plate, basically your DOC number that sticks with you no matter what, like till you die. Like that's your number.
Okay.
So you have to go through there, and there's individuals that are there to kind of mentor you because there's kids coming in at 16, 18, 19, 30, 50. You know, just all walks of life. And people, as myself, were blessed enough to be able to speak to people and say, hey, look, this is what to expect. Don't take the Snickers from underneath your pillow and all that type of stuff, So,
literally.
Yeah. So you kind of teach them their rights and what not to do. And it kind of led outside. And when I got out, I was actually going back in, feeding my guys and running events and stuff like that. And then from there, it just transitioned to me getting certified. And now I go into the Department of Corrections and do my thing with them and mentor them when they get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So is Hope's Haven just a transitional home, or is it exactly what you were just describing, you going to these different facilities, telling your story, mentoring them, or is it everything that's included with Hope Haven?
So it's pretty much everything that's included with it. Pretty much what I do is I go inside and I kind of tell them my story, who I am, how old I was when I first went in, all the challenges I faced inside, and how I overcame them and how I prepared myself to be able to get out and become successful prior to doing a decade in the penitentiary. So with that kind of, let's say game, who ain't gonna gravitate towards that that's been in that situation or that's going through it for the first time or the 10th time?
Absolutely.
So there's other individuals that do mentor and kind of run their own program, but me being the individual that I am and the people that I associate with and kind of the trenches, how Jesus kind of did, Jesus wasn't
he wasn't the top. He was in the trenches.
And that's kind of where an individual like me running around from the streets when I was younger to even this day is where I kind of feel more comfortable. Just the people around me, I just know movement. What I mean? I know mentalities, and I kind of know a person's or whatever.
Yeah, and I would say who better to mentor those except for someone who's been in their shoes.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go into the penitentiary and tell them, oh, this is what you need to do to prepare to get out, because I have not been. And nobody that's never walked down that path can't tell them how to overcome it, how to navigate through it. So I'm glad that they have you in their life as that positive force and as that positive reinforcement to show them, hey, yeah, I was in the same shoes as you, bruh.
Yeah.
But it's possible for you to change your life. You can. And so tell us a little bit about, because I seen on Facebook, like you said, going back to the remodeling, and you have now a transitional housing.
So the transitional, actually, we kind of moved that out of the first location that we actually started that at, and actually turned it to like a reentry workforce type of reentry kind of hangout. In other words,
like a support group.
In a way,
kind of.
In a way, like, let's say a kick it spot, to where people are sober. People are coming from halfway houses, parole. They're coming from shelters. They're coming from out their baby mama's houses, out their baby daddy's houses, whatever the situation may be. People are starting from the ground up, and what we do there is kind of throw events to where it's just, hey, let's kick it in and let's run. Let's do job skills. Let's do resume building. Let's do mock interviews.
I love that.
And you'll be surprised, like, people think like mock interviews, like, that's dumb or that don't make sense. But you put somebody on the spot and tell them, hey, man, give me an elevator pitch.
Exactly.
Think I'm like, an elevator pitch. You know what
is? What is that? Yeah, exactly.
So if you're on point with it, you're going to be like, hey, what's up? My name is da-da-da-da-da-da.
Wow.
And it just sharpens you.
Yeah.
So come around like-minded people that are sober, that are coming from incarceration or that are still in from the halfway houses, and come and meet individuals that are like, hey, I'm looking for 2 people to help me with a month's worth of work and da-da-da-da. And now you're getting all this in one.
Yep.
Like, how are you going to lose?
How are you going to lose?
How are you going to lose?
Yeah, absolutely. So really quick before we end, I want to hear about your love story.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about the love story. How was it that you guys were able to make it 23 years, Alex?
How? Say that again.
How did you guys make it 23 years? Because as you can see from the beautiful pictures, you guys had actually got married while you were incarcerated, right?
Yeah, it's prior to me going to prison.
Okay.
So it was, what was it, like a year, almost 2 years after I got locked up.
Okay.
And she married me. She took it upon, and she did that. Like I tell people, because a lot of people say, oh, you just got married because you
was going, you
ain't getting out. That's why you want to get married. So it wasn't nothing like that. You know what I mean? She kind of proposed to me and was like, hey, like, we've been together 5-6 years now, and I want to get married. So I'm like, I was like, yeah, all right. When I get home, I'll marry you. You write this out with me like, I'm a married for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And she was like, no, what I want you to do is let me marry you while you're in there to prove to you that even if you get a life sentence, that I'm going to be here and I'm going to ride with you till there's no more of either one of us.
They don't make them like Tamara no more.
Oh, man.
They don't make them like her no more.
No, they don't.
Shout out to you, boo. Okay, shout out to you, boo.
Shout out. And money, it's just something money can't buy. It's just something that prosperity can't buy. It's just God. The answer is
that
God.
Kind of love and devotion speaks volumes.
And of course, there's bumps in the road.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean? You're not going to sit here and say everything's been peachy or what's peachy and this and that, but God and knowing what a person has and what he's blessed with, like, I just kind of felt like I owe it. You know what I mean? And it's just deep because it started so young that how can you run away from it?
Exactly.
And so
this is love. And then you guys have beautiful children. You have 4 now?
Yeah, they'll be 22 and 20.
Wow.
And the baby he just turned 3 and my daughter will be 5.
Oh.
Crazy. And I know we're getting all over the place, but I actually wrote, like, in this journal that we were talking about prior, that everything about my daughter, everything about, like, the things that I wanted to achieve in life, like, I wrote this, time stamped, it's in journals prior, like Back to the Future type of stuff.
Yeah.
Even writing my daughter's name, talking to her in this journal as if she was already here.
Oh my God.
Fast forward time and
she's here.
She's here. I'm talking and acting the same way I said, God, this is how I want my daughter. Like, if I can get anything, and God has just been.
Oh my God, that is the redemption part of your story, Alex. Yeah, like that just gave me chills to hear that, because again, the theme for his story is from incarceration to redemption. Yeah. And the fact that you just said, God, I want my daughter to be like this, and now she's here. I'm a firm believer that God can restore the years that was taken, even the years that we lost through to stupid decisions and just craziness and dysfunction and chaos and toxic relationships. God can restore anybody. And so I just want to thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You got to want it. And here's the thing. How much time we got?
We still got time.
Oh, well, listen, because I got some stories.
Yeah. And if we ain't got time now, we're going to have to do a part 2.
Okay,
but go ahead.
I'll give you a quick one real quick. Because, like, you know, I've been hearing a lot. Like, I've been hearing, like, man, there's something in you. Like, I've been told by pastors, and I've been told by this and that. And I've got on my knees and told God, like, I don't want to be a preacher. Like, I don't want to be a pastor. And it's nothing against them or nothing like that. Yeah. But I just don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I got this friend that's, like, in a crazy situation that lives, like, what do you want to say, like countries away, that's going through some things, that's done everything you can possibly think of that you shouldn't do in life, times 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's this individual that don't believe in God and this and that, and his mother just passed away, and like, when she passed, like, I got the text message, and a few people that's been passing away, their mom, everybody's been reaching out to me, boom, boom, boom. They're just like, I need you. So I break things down to them, how this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I end up calling him. I FaceTime him, we chop it up, and he's like, you know, he's one of these ones, I'm telling you, like, F God and this and that, and and like, and I get into it, people because of this and that, and there's religions and whatever. Like, he's this guy, and I'm talking stone cold individual. And there's certain people you just can't talk to.
Get through, yeah.
So he's telling me, like, tell me one thing that God has done for me. Like, you know the situation that I'm in, and look how I'm living and this and that, and you're the only one that's taking care of me and the family and blah, 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 right? And I'm like, I'm just letting him vent. Yeah. Because I already know what I'm going to shoot at him with, right? And I was like, tell you one thing that, what's God? Like, you keep telling God to reveal yourself, but I was like, who's there next to you right now? He's like, what you mean? How many babies you got right there with you? They're healthy for the most part. One is she's kind of going through some things, but she's overcoming. And it stopped him. And he was like, I was like, you're sitting here telling God to reveal himself to you, but you're going through your situation and you have your wife, you have your kids, you're healthy. Yeah. What do you mean?
Yes.
Like, and then I'm like, dude, why don't you just be positive? Like, all this negative that you're F this and that and God this and that and blah, blah, blah. You're telling God to make you humble, basically. What if he takes 1 or 2 of them? Is that going to make you, God, bow before him? Bow before him now and tell him thank you.
And give him glory.
So this whole time he said, you know what? You're the only one. That's why I called you. He said, I called you for a reason. He said, he's like, I'm getting blown up right now. People are texting me and calling me, but I called you. And he was like, man, let that be a testimony. He was like, I'm not all the way in, like, I'm not ready to bow all the way down, but like, I feel you. He was like, but you make it make sense. You know
what I'm saying? The seed was planted.
Yeah, it tears me up because it's like, it's real. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like, I just know my day, it could come today, it could come in a year, but I just know, like, there's a God.
There's a God that's been keeping all of us.
Sure.
That's been redeeming all of us. That's been giving us chance after chance after chance after chance. But like you said, we have to be the ones that want change. We have to be the ones that want that salvation, want that redemption, want that new life again.
God's not gonna, he's not gonna just, you're not gonna wake up and be like, God, I'm coming to church and I'm gonna, I know everything about you. It doesn't happen like that.
No, absolutely not.
You have to dig for it.
Absolutely not. It's like a relationship. You gotta put in the work.
Yeah.
You gotta put in the work, and then when you just take one step, God will take the rest.
Man, and just
God will take the rest.
It's so good that I pay my tithes. Like,
come on, period. I'm a firm believer in the tithe paying, okay?
Hey,
period.
I always thought, you know, like, tithes, like, I'm barely paying this. I'm barely paying that. I just feel like being a good person and just doing your best, like, and just trying to help the next. And and just being positive. Like I promise you, your doors will open. Like,
absolutely.
If they don't open, and call me, because I'll talk to God for you. You know
absolutely.
What I mean? It's just,
I'll intercede on your behalf, because we all need them.
Yeah.
And we all need that friend. So I'm glad that you are that friend. Glad that you are that father, that husband, that role model, that mentor, that's building the community up, that's giving back to the community, that's being a positive influence to our community. We need more men like you, Alex. So I just wanted to say thank you for being the man that you are and allowing God to take control over your life and restore you back to what he originally intended for you.
And I had to go through what I had to go through to get to where I'm at. And, it's crazy because with that backstory, Hope's Haven, it's an agency that I currently built, or I've been building for the last year and some change, and I'm actually up and running to where now I actually have my own practice going. And once I'm actually all the way green lighted, then my goal has always been, but what I'll actually be doing is hiring individuals coming out of the penitentiary that's been down 20 years, 30 years, 10 years. That's just ugly inside, but was ugly outside, that's made a tremendous change.
Absolutely.
You can come out here, get coached, get certified, and now you're coming into the prisons, and now whatever reputation you built within the prison system, whether you were a gang member, whether you were a pimp, like X, whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying, there's different people for different things. But people have mentalities of going back to the same negativity that they were doing. So I built this agency to where now we will get you basically acclimated back into society and be able to give back to people that need your services as you once needed, but actually get paid.
I love that. Oh, that is going to be so beautiful. So let me know how I can help.
Thank you.
Really quickly before we end, I want you just to speak to someone, just encourage someone. If you can talk, like you were saying, talk to your younger self or your 21-year-old self, what would those words of encouragement be?
If I could go back to my younger self, well, one of the first things I always tell myself is stick true to who you are. Stick true to who you are, and don't be somebody other people want you to be to fit in with them. And
that's good.
Go about it the right way. Like, if you're out here doing wrong, you're out here being negative, and you're good at it, or you feel you're good, but you done been to jail 1 to 20 times, you're not good enough. You're not good. So change that negativity into something positive. Get you a job, something you might not like. I was working at a goat farm, doing what I know you ain't gonna voluntarily do out here. But do something to bring some positivity within yourself, within your family, within your loved ones, and I guarantee you that spark of love that will be brought upon you will change something inside of you to want to continue to move in that direction and become even more and more better as the days become.
I love that.
That's the advice I'd give myself. And don't chase nothing. Just be patient, because life is moving too fast to be chasing anything.
Period. In the blink of the eye, it all can be gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
I am so glad that we had the opportunity to sit down and talk to you today. So let us know where we can find you. Let us know any upcoming events that you have or how we can support you.
Okay, so easiest way right now, you can find me on Facebook under my name, Alex Montoya. You'll see a picture of myself, and or TikTok. I think I'm under That Guy, I believe, somehow, at That Guy.
Okay.
My picture will pop up as well. Just shoot me a DM and let me know, hey, I'm interested in your services, or I have individuals that I would like you to speak with. And the audience that I'm actually working with right now, they have to have Medicaid. So they have to be 13 years and older and have an active Medicaid portal actually working. And I can actually help you which any way you need help with employment, getting your driver's license reinstated, actually taking your test, jumping into a CDL apprenticeship program. If you want to get your Class A, I can help you with that, the funding, Like, it's a whole network of things. So you can reach me out like that, shoot me a direct message, let me know how you heard of me so I can shoot the kudos to Miss Britt right here, because she's doing a great job, and I'm thankful that she allowed me this opportunity, and hopefully this touches somebody somehow, somewhere, that I give me a DM or bring a DM that says, hey man, that guy, get him gone and don't bring him back. Give us some feedback. You know what I mean?
Please give us some feedback. Absolutely.
And thank you, Britt.
Oh, absolutely. It's been my pleasure. Thank you again for your time. Send my love and respect to your family. Thank you all for watching this episode of Phoenix Rising. Until next time, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and know that it is possible for you to rise out of your ashes as well. Till next time, I'll see you later. Have a good day.
Take care. God is good.
God is